Free dope, free dope, free dope, free dope, free dope, free dope.
Over the weekend, of course, you know about the brawl in Montgomery, or people calling it the Sweet Tea Party of 2023. So many characters have come out of that one fight right there. You had the Black Avengers, of course. Hat Man, Aquaman, a.k.a. Michael B. Phelps. Then you have Chairman himself, the OG, who took a seemingly innocuous household item, a white folding chair, and proceeded to rain mayhem on the group of travelers that tried it and found out. Right now on Free Dope, I just want to talk to one of the, I guess, stars of that whole confrontation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Folding Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, Mike.
I want to find out everything that happened over this weekend, okay? Like how you became involved in this whole situation. But just take me back real quick to your birth. Like, my understanding, one thing I had no idea, which I learned thanks to this whole brawl, is that a black man actually invented you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Hey, come to find out, they invented me and they also used me, man. That's crazy.
Now, were you used properly, you would say?
Shoot, man. I'd say, yeah, man. I usually, typically, it's a boring day, usually on the riverfront. I mean, I'm usually just some fold up furniture, man. You know, some of them people need to have a seat, man. But, and I'll just mind my own business. And then, hey, Unc grabbed me. And then next thing you know, he turned me into a steel chair, man. I thought he was Brock Lesnar or something, man.
Did you ever imagine that you would be one of those chairs you've idolized for so long while watching, you know, like you said, Brock Lesnar use?
Yeah, man. I mean, it is always one of my little fantasies, man. I'm just a little plastic thing, man. I never thought I'd ever get a chance to get my shot in the ring, man. And that day turned into one of my dreams, man. I mean, thought I was a steel chair, man. I was hitting people multiple times, man. I didn't think I had the durability in me, but man, I was built for tough, man. Us brothers know how to make furniture, I'll tell you that.
Like you said that you never imagined that you'd have your shot. Well, you had multiple shots.
Oh, man, yeah.
And you connected them every single one.
Oh, man, Unc had me going upside people's heads a few times, man. It was crazy, man. Once that cap flew off, man, I knew it was game on.
Now what's next for you? Because a couple of weeks ago, Cardi B went viral for tossing her mic, you know, into the crowd and connecting. You know, somebody got knocked upside the head with her microphone. That mic went on the auction block and just sold for $100,000. Do you see that in your future?
Oh shit, man! Oh hell yeah, man! I hope I get that auction going, man. I think I'm real good, man. That mic was cool, but man, I took a few folks out, man. I'm part of history, baby. I mean, like Aldine say, man, you see what happens in a small town, man. You can try it if you want, you know. And I feel I did my part, and so I think I'm worth a lot, man. I stood the test, and I'm still able to just sit down, if you will.
I hear you're working on a new song. It's a play on the I guess old hymn "Wade in the Water," but your version is "Fade in the Water." Is that true?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I see. I'm making my rounds, man. They hearing me. Yeah, fade in the water, catch a fade in the water, talking that shit, catch a fade in the water. Yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah,
your ass is gonna fall in the water. Yeah, I love that. That's very impressive right there. Water.
Yeah, that's a little something, little snippet, man. We working on it, man. It's like I said, man, we're gonna be on tour coming up here shortly.
Yeah.
Might do the Chitlin circuit, if you will. But we'll get out there, man. I'm trying to see if I can team up with Mr. Aldine, man. See if he want to, do a little something.
I think he probably would, because he has a song, "Try This in a Small Town," whatever it's called. It was tried in a small town, and I'm pretty sure he has a lot of listeners in Montgomery, Alabama, just Alabama in general. So,
oh yes, sir.
You kept it real. You helped him prove his point about trying it in a small town. They tried it and found out.
And they found out quickly, man. And I know it looked bad for them when them Avengers showed up, boy. They got off that boat, man. The whole energy shift, man. I knew I was gonna get used at that point. man, when Unc got me, man, I knew it was my time to shine, man.
You fall in a great line of chairs from recent memory. Like a few I can think of were, of course, the ones that use in WWE, but
Yes.
also the chair that Clint Eastwood was yelling at. The empty chair that he had on stage with him during the Republican National Convention some years back that he was yelling at. Just an empty chair. He was yelling at it, right? Those are chairs that people know about. Those are chairs that had the spotlight until you came on the scene a couple of days ago. So congratulations to that.
I appreciate it, man. That one cheer getting yelled at, man. That's a tough son of a bitch, man. I tell you what, man. He almost broke that man, I couldn't believe it. I don't think I could take that much jaw jacking at me. I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree because, the fact that, physical violence is one thing, but words, they cut a little bit deeper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even for a chair, they'd cut right through your cushions, right through your leg. Man, it'll knock your back off.
Well, I am glad you survived to tell your story, and thank you for being there during that fateful day. I'll tell you one thing, though. I applied for my conceal and carry permit, so I can just rightfully carry chairs on me now, from now on.
Smart man, smart man. That's a good license to have.
Yeah, that way if I get pulled over by the cops and they ask if I have any weapons in the car, I can say, yeah, I have a couple of folding chairs in the back seat.
Yeah, you're a dangerous man. You got a couple of them things back there.
I know, you got to. Completely forgot to ask this one important thing. So the boat that the Avengers were trying to park, it was called the Harriet II, named after, of course,
Yeah, the one and only.
The one and only, right. And I believe that dock that they were at, I believe it was used at one point during the slave trade, I want to say.
Yes, sir.
So in that moment, did you feel like the energy of the ancestors?
Yeah, man, I feel like I was on Glory, baby. I feel like it was Glory. It was a scene out of Glory. And man, I that's why I had to get involved, man. I'm glad I was stationed there and ready to go when the moment was there. I was able to be a part of history. I felt like, so yeah, I wouldn't change anything for that moment, man. And yeah, it was like a revolution,
Did you do one of those things in which, like, we see like in cartoons how, like, we turn our backs, all of a sudden the chair moves a little bit, and like we turn around, like the chair stops moving? Did you do one of those things like where you inch closer to get in position to be used?
Yeah, I wanted to be the main chair. I wanted to be the chair to be used if there was a chair.
Oh, that's right. I would imagine there are a ton of chairs that were around.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of chairs, plenty of seating around there because a lot of people come, just hang out, man, sit down. So there's even people to come fish, do a little something in the chair. But man, me, yeah, I always try to be something better, something great. I feel like I had that opportunity to shine and be one with my folk. So hey, it was good, man, to go beside a few heads, man. Because sometimes you sit there and you walk, people come, fart on you, sit on you, do you dirty. And so this was my time to kind of get a little get back, man. I appreciate Unc for picking me up, man, and choosing me and letting me get my time, man.
It's a true American dream. Like, it's a rags to riches story. At one moment, you were a chair getting farted on. Then the next, you were being used upside multiple people's heads. And now you're doing the circuits, doing the rounds. You have your song coming out. You get interviewed. You perhaps are going to be auctioned off for more than Cardi B's microphone.
I hope so, man. I think I'm way more worth it, man. Because I mean, she's catching backlash for it, man. I think what I did was heroic and top of the class act. I feel like I knocked a few folks down that needed to be knocked down, man. I think they were stepping out of line, and I say, if you out of line, I sit you down. So hey, that's what I did, and I felt like I sat a few folk down. And they gonna learn not to fuck with folk when when they say, dude, move, you move, okay? Yeah.
Chair, thank you so much for joining us on Free Dope for this exclusive.
Yeah, in the water, hey, knock you in the water, yeah, chair in the water. No, I'm a chair near the water.
Free Dope.
Yeah.
Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcasts.